What makes relationships last?
Our relationship has had its ups and downs, but what we've found is good communication holds everything together.
We decided to dedicate time every week to not only strengthen our relationship, but stimulate personal growth.
Strong relationships are built on strong communication.
Welcome to Date Night Conversations.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Date Night Conversations. I'm Chantal.
And I'm Greg.
And in this video, guys, Greg and I are going to ask each other 3 random questions we have never asked each other before.
Guys, I get so excited every time, and lately these questions have seemed to have gotten like a lot deeper, carrying on to some really random conversations where we get carried off in a direction and it's like, wait a second, what was that question? And you go back like, that's the question that brought us to that conclusion. I love talking it out.
Yes, I love talking it out as well with you. It just stimulates a different level of thinking. And I like that. And I like the ability to communicate with our viewers.
Yes, that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, to see their perspective.
Because every time in the comments, when you guys respond to those questions, somebody sees it differently than we have. And I totally appreciate that. Like, oh, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, you ready to get into it?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, you got first question.
Okay, I'm up. What's the best job you ever had?
Oh, the best job. I like that. Okay, because I can actually answer this in a couple ways. So, what I'm doing right now, this is the best job I've ever had because I wouldn't consider it a job. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to YouTube and everything that goes along with that, it's like I would never consider that work. But if I told somebody what I did or what we did in a day to someone who's not interested, it would seem like a lot of work. Well, they even say that, oh my gosh, it seems like a lot of work. It doesn't feel like any work.
No, because you enjoy it.
Yes.
So it's so different.
I think that's the best job that anybody should have. The one that it literally doesn't feel like work. If you love the job you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yes. And we live life for a living.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Now, let's go to jobs. Things that I would actually consider a job.
Okay.
The best job I've ever had. Oh, but I appreciate them all because they're all amazing experiences. Okay. Bike messenger. I think I have to go with that.
Why?
Because I got paid to ride my bike all day. There was times like I had to ride in the winter also, and I could say, oh, it was the worst. Like riding my bike in like through snow. You don't know what's under that snow. And you don't know when you might be back inside again and in and out of buildings hot and cold. This is Toronto, Ontario, Canada in the winter. You know, it gets cold. The average is around 0, but it can be cold. But for the most part, like through the summers, it was so much fun. We're a bunch of guys riding our bikes, and we all have radios, and we're just like chatting all day. And that was fun. Do I just have to say one?
As many as you like.
Personal trainer. I love working with people and helping people become their healthiest self. So as a nutrition coach and a personal trainer, love that aspect. Watching somebody transform and seeing their health improve, like literally seeing their health improve, their blood pressure normalizing, their body fat coming down, their lean muscle coming up, and you can just see the difference. Like you look healthier, people are complimenting, like, wow, you look fantastic. And it's not just superficial, like physically they're healthier people. So I love that also.
Okay.
And in hindsight, growing up and working on the farm, that was, I think, one of the most important things I could have done in life. I'm glad that my parents, my family had me do that.
Okay.
Because I appreciate it so much now. I did not like it when I was a kid.
Well, that's good that you're able to look back at it and say, hey, I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to work on a farm, because I didn't get the opportunity to work on a farm. I did not have the opportunity to work on a farm. So
I learned so much. And as a kid, you don't get it. You're just, oh, it doesn't work. It's
like for sure. I can totally see that.
Throwing hay bales and shoveling manure and like working the garden.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. And in the end, I was like, driving tractor, like helping in the fields and everything. It was like farming.
That's so
And
cool.
as a kid, maybe I was like up to 16 doing those things. And it was, sometimes I loved it, sometimes it was just work, but I just felt like I was getting my summers taken away from me. But as an adult, I totally appreciate that time. Okay, that was a lot on me, sorry. What's the best job you've ever had?
Okay, so I have two, and only two. My first is being a mom, because I always wanted to be a mom. So it's the best job that I've ever had, raising the 3 beautiful children I have. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
And that, guys, that's got to be legit counted. I don't think people appreciate that enough. Like being a mom and actually taking care of the home.
Yeah, it's not even taking care of the home. It's being with my kids and learning my kids and just growing with them. I started having my children young, and I always wanted to be like, not an older mom, but a young mom, so I can grow with my kids. Not too young, but I mean, I got pregnant later on in my teens, and then, you know, I'm able to grow with my kids. I'm able to play Hulk Smash with them. I'm able to chase them around the house.
Yes.
And feel like a kid. It's so exhilarating that I have the opportunity at my age to be young and full of life and keep up with them the best way I know how. And that is one of the best jobs I have ever had. And I still do have, right? I'll always be their mom, but I always try to learn and grow with my kids and be with them. It's just such a rewarding feeling for me, and I'm truly blessed. My second best job is YouTube, hands down. Running my own business, the experiences that come with it, the people that I have met, like-minded people, the viewers, people that I get to connect with overseas. I've never seen them, but there is definitely a connection, and I wouldn't have met these people if I didn't start YouTube.
Yep.
And it's amazing. And I'm grateful every day. I wake up with this overwhelming gratitude to appreciate the world I've created for myself and that I'm able to experience. And I just want to continue to experience that.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you, best job you've ever had working for somebody. You know they want to know. What's the best job you've had where you're actually like an employee?
Probably the best job I've ever had. Do I have to be happy in the position, or theoretically thinking it's like literally the best job? Okay, I'm gonna say the best job I ever had was when I was working in the community as a triage clinician. And I say that because good pay, I work 9 to 5, you get your vacation accumulated, and I'm at a desk. So there's no physical work. I'm just writing reports all day. I could call you, and it was the best job ever. Was I happy because it was the best job ever? No. No. But thinking other people would probably like to have my job just because it was, in a sense, flexible.
Like the ideal job.
Yes. And if you want it, have it. But there's it's like, you know, all that sparkled wasn't gold. And I'm just going to leave it there. Okay? We have to throw it back to these guys. All right, guys. We're going to throw it back to you. But let's read the question one more time.
What's the best job you ever had?
I'd really like to know, guys. So you know what to do. Drop a comment down below. All right, we're moving on to the second question.
All right.
You're up.
This one's mine. Question number 2. Describe our first kiss.
It was the sweetest thing ever.
Was it?
It was.
It was the sweetest thing ever. You don't remember it.
I do remember.
Do you?
Yep. I came to your house. We were sitting on the couch, and we're sort of watching TV and just really talking and getting to know each other. and I snuck a kiss from you. I don't even think you were ready for it. But I was like kind of sitting on your lap.
Yeah, you were.
Why are you trying to say, yeah, you were? You know you wanted me there.
Yeah. Because you're like playing a little bit. But yeah, I remember it. It's the same time.
Yeah. Was it a peck or was it a long duration kiss?
Well, it starts with like a little, like a peck, right? That's what I remember. It wasn't just right away a thing. And then
yeah, I think so too.
It gets a little deeper second time. That's what I remember.
Yep. And that's what I remember too. It was a really special moment. It was cute.
We were new. It was your first time at my place, and it was like a little date.
Yeah. That's it.
It was nice, yeah.
That's really it. All right, guys. That was a quick one. We'll throw the question back to you. You guys will have the opportunity to answer if you like, but I'll read the question one more time. All right, guys. So I'll read the question one more time. So it says, describe our first kiss. So maybe you guys can describe the kiss you had between you and your significant other.
Yeah.
If you like. All right. Oh my goodness.
All right, that was quick.
That was quick. We're moving on to the last question.
You know what? I'd be curious because I'm sure somebody has some story about their first kiss that's a little like, oh my gosh, you won't believe
non-traditional?
what happened. Yeah, a non-traditional version. I was drunk out of my...
You never know.
I don't remember the first
You never
kiss.
know. But every story is interesting, and I love reading the comments. So you guys know what to do. Drop a comment down below. All right, so we move on to the
last question.
Last question. Oh my goodness, it came fast.
This one's yours.
And it's mine. Okay, last question, guys. How did your parents influence your relationship with money?
How did my parents influence my relationship with money? I don't feel like there was a lot of influence there.
They didn't influence you.
No. I don't like. I don't feel like it was a thing that was really talked about or like guided too much. Because I remember my dad's like, you got to start making money. You got to get a job. You want to have money to do things, and it's like that. So I got the paper route. That was my first actual job. My dad hooked me up. My dad forced me to have a paper route. He got me out of bed, and this was like the regional paper, the one that everybody got, not just like the local paper.
Oh, okay.
So the local paper would have been like Oshawa This Week or something like that, but the Toronto Star was the paper I delivered. So, and the Star is a thick paper, especially on weekends. I had my little cart and I had a big route. And the thing is, it wasn't like I just had to walk out the door. My dad had to drive me, so he worked with me.
Oh my goodness.
So he took me to like the far end, dropped me off with my cart, and then I basically had to walk home, delivering papers to get home.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I remember. And sometimes it was rainy. I get up and see that sky, I'm like, oh man, it's like I delivered the papers. And then you got to collect.
Oh gosh, another beast of its own.
Yeah. And then you have to canvas. You have to get more customers. I don't remember how old I was, but I was under 12. That's all I know. Because, yeah, my parents split up at that time, and so it was while I was still with my dad. So I think I was with him until 11 or 12. So yeah, imagine Amaya doing that.
I'm not going with her, especially on the
Can you even trust her to go deliver papers?
No, she won't
and
do
collect?
it. No, it's just not her thing.
I don't know. Like, I guess every kid is different.
Yeah.
But I know it was around her age. She's gonna be 10, like next week.
Amaya's not doing no paperwork, guys.
But no, everybody has like. Well, it was I didn't want to do it. I don't even remember what happened to the money. Did I get the money, or did I give it to my dad? I don't even remember. How did that work? Did I have a piggy bank or something? What did I buy? I don't remember any of that. So that's my relationship with money, as influenced by my parents.
Okay. Everyone's gonna have a different story. My story is my mom drilled it in my head. You have to save. You have to stand on your own 2 feet. See me, I'm gonna be done paying my mortgage in 15 years. And if you want to be like me, you have to. And she just, it was always just preached till I got to a certain point where I understood the value of money and what it means to save it, and the rewards and the benefits and the pros and the cons. And I remember being 17 and in nursing school, my first year of nursing school, having to pay for a course that I failed. So I failed anatomy and physiology. And I remember I applied for the first year OSAP, but I had paid it back. So to retake this course, I think this course was like $800. And you know, I just came out of high school. I went to nursing school a year before my time, and I failed a course, and you know, I'm upset about it, but I'm like, well, I have to pay for it if I'm going to retake it. So at the time where I had to retake the course, I planned out how I would get the money to go back to school and take the course. So the time I was off because I couldn't progress through the course because the course that I failed was a prerequisite to continue. So I had to take a semester off. And during that time off, I went and got a job at Toys R Us where I was hired full time. And every single penny I got went into my bank account. And I remember saving $1,000, $1,000. And I'm like, oh man, I'm on top of the world. And then I went to the office of the registrar where I went in person just to pay for the course. And I remember I'm like, oh my gosh, I only have like $200 left. I'm like, I worked so hard. Those long hours standing up, dealing with some fiesta customers and, you know, just being at work in a different environment with people that you really don't vibe with. And I'm like, all I'm left with is $200. And at the time, the pay was about $8.75 or $9. And I was working all, like Monday, sometimes 7 days a week. But it was tough. And sometimes I worked at Toys R Us, and then I got a short-time, part-time gig at the flea market. And that I didn't like. It was long hours. You're there from 9 to 5, just standing and security guarding the area and just organizing a bucket full of deodorants or perfumes or cheap makeup. And oh my gosh, then I understood what it meant to really enjoy what you do. So I got into nursing and I enjoyed it, but then there was aspects of it that I didn't enjoy. Rewarding career, but just long hours on your feet, sick people, you know, it's just, and in today's day and age, what we're experiencing, it's scary being a nurse in the hospital. But I still like the job, but it wasn't one of the best jobs I had. But
wow.
I know.
We're getting back onto the
it
best
kind of goes around. I'm sorry. But
what's the influence from your parents on money?
Oh yes, that's the question. Save.
Save. Okay.
Save.
Is
so
your dad the same?
No. The funny thing is, my dad. No, but my dad. I remember growing up, and he was so tight with money. Like I wanted those Tamagotchi things.
Yeah.
And he like hesitated to buy one for me. It was like $19, and I remember praying in the store, like asking God, like, please make him have enough money to buy it because everyone has it and I want one. And he's like, what you praying for, girl? What you praying for? Put your hands away. Because he knew he was just going to get it, and I was just maybe being extra at 5 years old just because I really wanted the toy. But yeah, he was more tight. Mom was a little bit easier with money, but she was a saver. No, I don't take any loans. I pay off my car. I pay off this. I put this away. I put that away. She was like such a pro saver, and I think I became like that too. Like no loans. I don't borrow. I just save my money. Mm-hmm. That's the influence they've had on me. Sorry, that was a roundabout story. A little lengthy like yours, but I want y'all to get the full picture. All right, so we're gonna throw the question back to you guys. Let's read the question one more time.
All right. How did your parents influence your relationship with money?
All right, you guys know what to do. Drop a comment down below. All right, guys, that was Date Night Conversations, episode 37.
37.
Some good questions.
Yeah. A couple of them were a little easier, but you know what? I enjoy all of them.
Yeah.
Guys, I'd love to hear from you also. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your response to these questions.
Yes, we can't wait to interact with you guys. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.